researcher. Thank you all for joining me. Laurie, let me start with you. Are we in the midst of a crisis, and who is to blame?
We have experienced high prices for a while now, and it looks like those are set to increase, and that could have a pretty severe impact, particularly on the most vulnerable households in the country. For many people, I think it has been a crisis next year if they go as high as we fear, and I think we definitely could describe the situation as being a crisis. Whose fault it is, it's a very complex picture. We've had massive spikes in demand that from economies bouncing back from the coronavirus impacts of the previous couple of years. We've had a colder winter, colder parts of the year, and then supply has been somewhat constrained as well. There have been problems with power plants. There have been the ongoing problems with the supply from Russia. So it's quite a complex picture when it comes to the fault. It's a sort of perfect storm of impacts that have come off the back of the pandemic itself.
And Penny, do you agree? I mean, the last few months we've heard so much about COP26 and transitioning to net zero, and so much about, solar and wind energy. But we do know when the wind isn't blowing, when the sun isn't shining, we're not able to use those sources. So who is really to blame? Do you agree?
Oh, it's entirely the fault of the government. Gas production in the UK has declined by 60% in the last 10 years. We're sitting on massive amounts of natural gas, but the government is essentially banning the development of shale gas. The gas prices in the US are a tenth of what they are here. So in other words, it's 10 times more expensive here. And simply because Boris is not willing to extract our own natural gas resources.